Hello, everybody. Welcome to Telli Talks, where we talk about life, growth, relationships, and all things in between. This episode is sponsored by Classic Cat, 8 Lab, and Pineapple Express. We have a very special guest with us today. He is an actor, has been in the film industry for many, many years. You guys might know him from Family Matters, Darius McCrary.
Hey!
Thanks for coming.
What's happening, Telli?
Cheers.
Cheers
What
to
are we
you.
cheersing to?
Cheers to you. Cheers to me.
us. Yes, absolutely.
Should we disagree? Cheers to me.
Amen. I'll take that.
Wow.
You like your drink?
Oh, that's strong. Shit.
So for the people that don't know your journey,
Yes.
Tell us about how you got to where you are today.
So I did this little show about 25 years ago called
Huge show.
Family Matters. Yeah. Before Family Matters, I was blessed to be in a movie called Mississippi Burning. And actually, this is a little movie. It won an Oscar. And then before Mississippi Burning, I was in this film called Big Shots. And it was written by Joe Esternhaus, the writer of Schindler's List. I don't know if you guys would know what that is, but you might want to Google that. Let me pick those names up real quick. Hold on. Just in case I might need them later. Yes. So I'm starting backwards to go forward, which is sometimes what we have to do in life.
Absolutely.
Big Shots, Mississippi Burning, Joe Esternhaus, Ivan Reitman, who was the creator of Ghostbusters, Legal Eagles, Beethoven. And see, back in the day, you know, they produced less content because it took so much to produce good content. It wasn't just jump on an app and you know
get a job.
And get a job, or jump on an app and edit something or shoot it with your little phone.
Now we have AI now.
Yeah, AI now, yeah. Which I'm going to talk about AI, which is part of this writer strike that's going on, which is really valid in some ways. But back to Family Matters, Mississippi Burning, and Big Shots. I had the blessing of being a part of the cast of Family Matters, and from there, I was able to play Muhammad Ali in the Don King story. That project won an Emmy, directed by John Hirschfeld. One of my favorite roles, by the way. It actually, how could I say, it fed, nurtured, and nourished my love for the sweet science, pugilism, boxing, hand-to-hand combat, if you would. The Don King story, only in America. And then from there, it's all a blur. I don't remember. Transformers, Saw 6, I don't know, Girlfriends, 15 Minutes with Robert De Niro, and the great Kelsey Grammer, my dear soul brother from another mother. I don't know. It's all a blur. I honestly, I feel so blessed and so humble, Telli, to be able to say I have forgotten more than I've done.
That's a blessing.
I've done so much, I forget this shit. And I'm not being a jerk. I'm not being cocky or, Hollywood, which I have no choice but to be Hollywood. Okay, fuck what you talking about. I'm from this motherfucker. Okay, I didn't come here.
You were born
with my
here.
guitar on my back,
right?
In my car with everything I packed up. I didn't come here with a bus ticket and a hope and a dream. I didn't come here in a speed wagon on a hope and a prayer. I didn't come here with my plane ticket and nothing more than what I know and who I know I am. I was born here in LA. I'm a son of this place. So for me to have been blessed to be born into a family like the McCrary family, my father, Howard McCrary, who's a living legend, one of the greatest men I know, one of the most brilliant musicians I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. And because of him, and because of, I believe, my purpose, I know a lot of bad motherfuckers.
Amen.
I mean, I met Michael Jackson the first time I was 5 years old with my dad. I mean, Prince.
How was that like?
It was epic. So the story goes like this. Michael Jackson used to have these theme parties.
Right.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Peter Pan, you just imagine, classic Hollywood. And so this particular party was themed Star Wars. Wow.
So you had to dress up in like your Star
I wasn't
Wars
dressed
outfit?
up. Neither was Harrison Ford. Neither was Billy D. Williams. Neither was Stevie Wonder. Neither was Rick James. Neither was Mark Hamill. Neither was Carrie Fisher. Google those names. I'll pick them all up after this. Those are too many that I dropped for me to pick up. That's a lot of work. None of them were dressed in their costumes, and they had the little light up dance floor, like the how it lit up on in Billie Jean, the sidewalk.
Uh-huh.
So it was lighting up. None of these people were dressed in their costumes, but you know who was? Darth Vader.
I know
And
that's right.
whoever this dude was, he was earning his money that night. I mean,
he was ready.
He was ready, and I mean, he was just walking around just with that lightsaber, and it was like a real lightsaber. R2D2 was there, 3CPO was there, stormtroopers were there.
Crazy.
I'm 5 years old, and so when we first came in, I'm 5 years old. Michael had me sitting up like this on the back of the booth. You know how you do in the VIP. I'm sitting up here. You know what I'm saying, on the back of the booth. So Michael, being a gracious host, he's working the room. He comes back to me and he says, "Are you having fun?" And I looked at him. I shook my head no. And he said, "Oh, what's wrong?" And I didn't explain. I'm 5 years old.
There's a lot going on.
I shrugged my shoulders, right? Music going, floor lighting up, 3CPO, R2D2, Mark Hamill over here, Harrison Ford, no sign of the Millennium Falcon. He's wearing a sports jacket with patches. You know, cat with patches on the elbow. That's not Han Solo. Who is this man? You know what I'm saying? We're about to die. Death is imminent.
So you have 5 and you're like,
so
what
Michael
the hell's
comes to
going
my,
on?
well, why? I shrugged my shoulders. I don't know. Kids,
I'm 5.
I'm 5, nigga. Right? So Michael, he says, "Well, do you want?" He looks at the dance floor, he points to the floor. He says, "Do you want to dance?" Now I'm incensed. Nigga, no, I don't want to dance. But in retrospect, I understand why. Because this technology was the first of its kind.
Right.
We ain't really even seen it too much since. And
facts.
this was a dance floor, and the video was the sidewalk. But he had the whole dance floor. Like,
Insane.
right, like,
Insane.
So anyway, long story short, too late for that. Cut. Michael says, he says, "Do you want to dance?" And I was like, no, dude. And he goes, well, he says, "Why? Look at the floor." And so I looked, and I said, "Yeah, Darth Vader just walked by at that point." I pointed to Darth Vader. I said, him. He said,
That's why I don't want to dance.
"Yeah, right." I said, "He'll get me." And Michael was like, "No." He started laughing. And I was like, "That's cold-blooded, you laughing at me." And when I'm going through, I'm in fear.
Right.
He said, "I won't let him get you. I'll protect you." And at that point, I was like, wow, we really are going to be friends for life, dude. This dude is willing to die for me. Because Darth Vader could just force choke this little man. You walk around here in your little Hawaiian shirt, Mike. You ain't even got your glove on. What you doing? Where you go, right? You know what I'm saying? And so Michael, he said, "I'll protect you." And I looked at Michael and I said, "How can you protect me from him?" Right? I'm thinking Darth Vader. He said, "Because I got the Force." Woo! You know what I'm saying? And we danced all night long. And it was in Jet's week's best photo. And that was 5 years old. And we were friends to the day he died.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest
to
in
him.
peace.
What a great story.
Amazing. Thank you.
I
got a million of them.
Oh,
Thank you.
man.
Yeah.
Tell us more. Tell us all. So Family Matters, which was an epic role, Eddie Winslow. How did you like playing those roles in all those years that it was, 10 years, 11 years it was on?
It was 10 years, 9 seasons.
9 seasons.
Yeah, 9 seasons, 10 years.
And you guys filmed 10 years.
Listen, sidebar real quick. So I keep my glasses on because I lose glasses like people change drawers. It's so ridiculous. And so Rick James taught me to go buy a cheap pair of glasses that look good because you don't care about losing them. So I got on my glasses. I just want you to know, you know what I'm saying? That's not a star thing. I'm not tripping. I leave glasses everywhere. I hate it. So if you go somewhere and you see a pair of glasses that somebody left and you're in LA or somewhere swanky or, like this spot, it's a swinging joint, they're probably mine. So just get in touch with Telli and send me my shit, please. After I leave here, I got to go up the street on Hollywood to go get this other pair of Tom Fords that I left. I wish I would have took. Every time I think about Rick James, Papa Rick telling me that, like, Darius, you're spending all that money. I mean, you're a rock star. It's in you. It's not on you. It's not what you put on. It's in you.
Absolutely.
Just put these motherfuckers on, right? I show up and I have my Dolce & Gabbana, these glasses, and he looks at the glasses. He's such a trip. He's holding the glasses. He says, he goes, oh, those are nice. Wow. How do you look? Right? I say, they look good. I mean, she can wear anything. He says, yeah. He says, you want me to have these, don't you? God bless you, my child. Okay. Rocking these today. And he take my glasses. I mean, what I'm going to say, this is Rick James. I don't give a fuck. Go ahead, Pop. Being on Family Matters and a lot of the roles that I've had have really been a blessing. I mean, when I look back at it over my career, my body of work, if I was to stop right now, which I think about every day. I'm currently not really acting as much because I'm focusing on producing, directing, creating opportunities to create jobs, employment, and futures for others.
Right.
That's what my focus is right now. So you can't do everything all the time well. You might be able to do it, good for a period of time, but well to continue.
So if I was to give you a dartboard, right? And you know how a dartboard is like bullseye,
Right.
50%, let's just put it in percentage. 50%, 20%, 10%.
Yeah.
What do you feel like you're giving the most percentage of your time to in your dartboard?
Ooh, that's a good question. Damn. Hey, girl. My dartboard, humanity.
Nice.
Humanity. And that's hard because you got to be selfish sometimes to really produce, to go inside yourself and to create the person who saw this room, it was in their mind first. It started within.
Absolutely.
And so even with my approach to characters, how I act, when I'm looking for a role, I have to find something to tether myself to. I have to find something that makes it authentic, something that will connect with you as the viewer, because I'm not acting for me. I'm part of a mechanism of a presentation to tell a story. So I'm storytelling, and that's why I feel like the best actors are the honest actors. Sometimes Robert De Niro says sometimes you just got to do nothing. You always have to be doing something.
Yeah.
And life is like that. Absolutely. And I had to learn that. I had to learn that. My shaman, Shaka, mom, my auntie mom is an Shaka Khan. That's my auntie. That's my auntie. I call her my my shaman, like my Shaka mom. My auntie Shaka used to say to me, she's like, she doing that. She say, you always have to be moving. Just sit down. Just sit down. Let it come to you. Listen to it. Listen. Can you hear it? Then she put on some Joni Mitchell or some shit, and we listen to Joni, me auntie Shaka, and it is in those moments where the stillness is, where you find it. So for me, being able to give to humanity,
Absolutely,
it fuels everything.
I feel it's all spiritual because you're connecting within your own personal spiritual self.
Yeah.
And, how you connect with the universe or God or whatever it is that you want to connect to, and just finding that light and purpose. So
yeah,
I think it's a beautiful thing to do.
It's a blessing.
Absolutely.
And it feeds everything for me.
Yeah,
some people,
I agree.
And I we may look at some people and we may be like, damn, this person is successful and they're not a nice person. This person is, I'm gonna just keep it real. So I was stayed over at my aunt's house the other night, and I was just chilling with my cousins, and I spent time with family there, and I had a dream from one of my closest brothers and friends. I was connected to this side of the family, and he basically came to me in my dream and said, dude, you can't allow anything you go through in life to change your heart.
Right.
For you to be successful, Darius,
Absolutely.
to continue to be successful, you have to have an open heart with what you do.
Absolutely. You have to you have to be in control, not whatever it is as far as substance goes, whether that's ayahuasca, whether that's weed, whatever it is.
Everything.
You have to absolutely.
Even down to people.
People absolutely. People,
can
things,
take
money, everything.
It all can
All
take
of
the
that.
space of substance in
Yes,
your life.
yes. Absolutely.
All
Agreed.
of it. Just replace it with whatever.
Absolutely.
You know, for
110%.
some brothers, it's that woman. For some cats,
everyone has I feel like everyone has a vice.
Everybody got something that they can't let go of.
Yes.
Can't let it go. So, for me, I just feel like, for me, I speak for. I don't know everybody else's thing is.
Right.
If I'm dedicating myself to humanity, I can be sure that a part of me will not return void.
Amen. I love that. Yeah. I love that. That's the best way to put it. You know, I feel like you're a legend from what it is that you've built from early on days to what it is now, roles that you've played, you know, just epic throughout the years. So, I mean, I personally have seen you grown from, how old were you? Teenager, like maybe like 13, 14 when you were
Family Matters 13. Our first picture was Big Shots, and we did that in 86. Excuse me, we did that in 1986.
Wow. So,
I was 9 years old. And the way it happened was my dad, again, the living legend, that man, that's a bad man. Like, it's amazing when you see your dad sitting side by side on the piano with Stevie Wonder. You just watching them on the piano bench. And Stevie, like, my dad hit a chord, Stevie be like, do that again. Howard. Again. Do it again.
No, you do it so good.
And my dad be like, okay, Stevie, he hit it again. You know, I said,
right.
There's a great clip of my dad and the late great Andre Crouch on YouTube, and he tells my Uncle Andre on live television. Now, what's so brilliant about this moment? Back then, it was on live television, and there was nothing you could do about it.
Right.
Some people recorded, so he did not want to share these chords with Uncle Andre. And on camera, he asked him, and he made a joke about it, to step away from the piano. Yeah, sidebar, musician shit. That's just music talk. I'm sorry.
No, it's amazing. It's just like all these the stories here and there that you've experienced in your life growing up with, you know, your dad being who he is, and then you coming into the acting world and just sharing that with him. You know, growing up, how was that?
So, okay, thank you for bringing it back home. My dad basically was doing a play, and he was doing the music. He was working with my uncle, Bishop Marvin Winans, Uncle Peanut. God, legend. The Winans. My dad discovered the Winans, actually. They were called the Testimonial Singers before they were called the Winans. He took them to my Uncle Andre. Anyway, so okay, I'm staying with you. I'm staying with you. Trek with me. So, my dad was doing a play with Marvin Winans called "Don't Get God Started." They were doing the music. The legendary Chip Fields was starring in the play. Kim's mom, Auntie Chip. The reason I'm in the game. She was starring in the play. Other people were involved with some heavyweights, and basically she had the opportunity to take me for an audition, and for this role, a streetwise black kid in the movie Big Shots.
Mm-hmm. He was 9.
He was 9 years old, and I'm hanging out backstage. So I'm going to the gigs with my dad, and my mom and Chip was they sister girls, sister soldier sister. Couldn't do it without you. When you go away, I miss you. You know what I'm saying? She tells my mom, Aunt Chip, I'm taking Darius for this role. They want this little streetwise kid. He could do this. My mom was like, all right, if you're going to take him, Chip, you're going to do it. Because she took me before, and I blew it. It was horrible. Horrible. Ayúdame. Horrible.
So when they took you and it was horrible, how was the outcome of you being in the movie?
Okay. So no, Big Shots wasn't horrible. Aunt Chip took me.
Fire too.
She took me, because my mom didn't want to take me because the first time I went out, my mom was like, I embarrassed her so bad. She was like, he's not finna embarrass me again. So if you want to take him, Chip, you work with him. And she was like, all right, I got it. I'm gonna work with him. And so Chip coached me, and we went in on and I got butterflies just thinking about it again, feeling it right now. I booked that movie, and it was so good. My audition was so good, and I was so sure of the stuff I worked on with her and what we did that after I was done the first time, I asked the directors and producers in the room. I said, so they said it was so good, Darius. Now give him a hug and talk to my counterpart, my co-star. After they gave us the direction, I complied and delivered. I said, they said it was great. I said, okay, then do I got the job? Right. In the room. It was like they looked at each other like it's just like, yes, Darius, you have the job. They just applauded me, and it was
that's nice.
Yeah, Ricky Busker.
How long were you working with your aunt?
On Chip, she did a couple of weeks. See, I was going to work with my dad. I was hanging with Pop, so I would be there. She would take me from work, or she'd come get me. I go to work with her. You know what I'm saying? She taught me techniques. She taught me about acting. She taught me emotional recall, and about acting for comprehension. And the best actors are the ones who listen. She taught me about character arc, story arc. How do you approach it? As this is stuff you gotta know. This is, and then I'm gonna tell you, it was moments where I took I'm not gonna say a serious hit, but like I learned very valuable lessons, gems, because I didn't have the tools coming up. And I would take sometimes some things for granted, like a lot of us can do when we're younger. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We just young. What the fuck? I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna stay all night and drink. Fuck.
And you're like, I'm a star.
What are you gonna tell me? Right. I got that thing you can't teach.
Right.
Shit. I'll show up and blow up. Don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel like that when you're young.
So how did you get to a point of like humbling yourself for moments like that?
When you get hit upside your head enough a couple times, you be like, damn, I don't want to do this way because it affects what I do over here.
Right.
You said I don't want to get into this type of rhythm because then I won't be my best over here. If I have to continue to fight these types of issues and these types of things, I can't deliver my best. You'll find yourself. So then you just start to humble yourself, and you're like, okay, I don't need to do this. This part of me gotta die. This gotta be dead to me. Like, for that should make me emotional just thinking about it. Cause you gotta go through a ceremony. That's what putting on an armor is. Mm-hmm. You really want to talk about it. Cause we all got gifts. And then some of us get talents, but gifts are them things that's given to you that you ain't even do nothing for. Like, honestly,
absolutely.
I didn't really think I was gonna be no actor like that. I really believed I was destined to do music, write music for other artists, produce music,
Do you sing?
Yeah, I do sing. Wow. You asked me, I just got so much music that just goes through my head. No, it's music.
Would you prefer like to sing or to write, to produce? Like, what is your thing in
music? Do it all. Why
limit yourself?
Limit yourself. Why delineate? Why why put a ceiling? Yeah, I do. I play a little guitar, a little drums first. Keys. I love the keys, but when you sit around cats like my dad or El DeBarge, and you hear them playing keys, you're like, I'm not gonna do that. Let me go over here and write like this, and let me do this. But then you take what you hear from them, like, damn,
that's not
God, that's one of the beautiful things about growing up, and the beauties of watching my dad. Being able to watch my dad, I would sleep under the piano.
Just to hear everything going on.
Hear my dad. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
So anyway, big shots. My dad, Chip, Auntie Chip, I got the role in Big Shots, and she stayed with me like the first three weeks, and then
How long was that being filmed?
This was back in the day when we would taking time. It was 6 weeks back in the day, 90 days on a movie.
Oh, wow.
Back in the day, yeah, easy.
Wow.
Big big white movies. I'm sorry, big right movies. Did I say that? Big right movies. The white way. When you do it the white way, I mean the right. Oh goodness darn. I'm sorry. The drinks around here are strong. You see I'm sipping this shit. Tell your bartender she's a bit heavy-handed.
He decided to get the double. Look at mine and look at his.
I'd hate to take one of her left hooks. Damn, Telli, where'd you find her? Shit.
She is amazing.
Yeah.
So what did you start? What was your first passion? You feel like, was it acting? Was it comedy? Was it music? Was like, where do you find like your first
music.
love? It was
music.
Music.
It was music, but the thing about music is cold-blooded, and that's just because of my dad and my family. I mean, my family was really, really special. My aunt Linda, my aunt Charity, my uncle Alfred, my uncle Sam. The McCrary group, they did some amazing things. Like, to get signed back then, like, you was it. Like, to be, then once you got signed, then the label start taking you and putting your sound on stuff. Now you doing sessions for these people. Like, I mean, like, it was like today, but just everybody couldn't do it. They had special people. Like if you had the DeBar just singing in your shit, it gave you a certain sound where it was commercial. And sometimes it's certain cats that would sing or play on stuff and you wouldn't even know that they was on that record. That sound familiar? Did that sound familiar? Yeah.
What was that on?
What
was that on?
I'm gonna give y'all some homework. Go Google Uncle Stevie and look up a song from In Square Circles. Okay? And I want you to look for a song that start with first time, part, last word, lover. All right, look it up. Go listen to it.
Oh, I'm okay.
All right, and then
so now that you brought that
and
up,
then we're gonna talk about who guested vocals on that record for Uncle Stevie.
All right, we're doing
hold on, wait. So I gotta just get up for a second on that. I'll grab back on. If you bad enough to guess vocals on Uncle Stevie shit, if you see Uncle Stevie in a fight with a bear, help the bear. She gonna do you. I'm gonna help Stevie one sing. You think you really?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Okay, but go listen to it. And that ain't the only one. Go look and you listen to them backing vocals and who was doing stuff. And a lot of times, them cats would be under contract with labels, and they won't want no problems or no, so they would just do it. Because you gotta look, when you see a project, it says this person appears courtesy of back in the day.
Oh wow.
That was a big deal. It was all types of paperwork that had to be pushed and stuff. That was big. Like you know what I'm saying? So when you achieve that level of status, that level of greatness, and you were working, there's studios all around here in LA. I passed by, I'm like, oh, look at this. This is where I was with my daddy. When my daddy used to tell me people be sitting out front, and this is who my dad is. People be sitting out front in the studio waiting to get into the studio. And we see the same people every day, going in when my dad's going to work. And I say, Dad, why every time we come, we just get buzzed in and they be out there waiting? They said, well, so they waiting. And I said, okay. And he said, come on. He said, they waiting to get where we going. So let's get in here. We in the room right now. And we would be in the big back room, like you know what I'm saying? Like that's how I came up, you know what I'm saying, with my dad.
There have been so many memories from that.
And all these rooms, places where Michael recorded Dangerous and where he did Off the Wall, and I just remember a lot of sessions, my dad and all these studios. It's like, it's crazy how I came up, so I don't know. Being around it and with my family and watching how they moved, that shit was fly. Like it was just like, and it was the real thing. Like,
Right.
like that's what they was. It was real like that, So I guess that's what my dedication to perpetuate, if you would, replicate, but never duplicate.
Amen. Amen. I love that.
You know.
So for everyone that comes on, we play this game. I'm gonna play Dirty Minds with you.
Uh-oh.
So Dirty Minds.
It ain't my fault. I'm just the disclaimer.
It's defined as the world's cleanest, dirtiest game.
Okay.
So I'm gonna play with you too, so you're not in the hot
Okay,
seat
listen,
by
I just
yourself.
want y'all to know something. I was on the FaceTime with my brother, okay, with the champ. All right, we ain't calling no names. I don't call out no names, okay? I'm old Hollywood, okay? I was on with the champ earlier. So whatever this is, I'm indemnifying myself. We cool. Champ, this is we all right. So this is dirty. This is Family
Dirty
Matters
Minds.
Dirty Minds right now.
Yes.
For those of you who are ready.
I'm gonna shuffle. So like I said, the world's cleanest, dirtiest game, okay? So I'm gonna let you pick some cards. You can pick whatever cards you want. We'll do 3 cards each.
Damn.
All right, so the game is played. I'm gonna describe you something, and you have to guess what I'm describing you. Got it?
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go first. All right, I'm a 4-letter word. I end in U-C-K. I can help you grow a big bulge in your pocket. When I go down on you, it can be expensive. When you're not in me, you could blow your wad. What am I?
That is a
4-letter word.
4-letter word.
Ends in U-C-K.
I got.
When I go down on you, it can be expensive.
I wasn't ready. Next.
It's luck.
Yeah, I was trying to get to that. Okay.
on-
that is
it's on
so
you.
wrong. That is so.
I said
so
it was a dirty,
wrong.
clean game.
You gotta be drinking this. I don't like this.
All right, it's on you. I'm gonna guess what you're gonna ask me. I suck at this game, by the way.
The more you suck on me, the smaller I get.
The more I suck, the smaller. Okay.
I come in many flavors. You hold on to my stick when you lick me. If you take too long to finish, I can go off. I can go soft.
A popsicle.
You're good. You're very good at this game. This is a setup.
Okay, so the thing is, you just
This is a
have to
setup.
think
See-
very clean, even though it's giving you dirty clues.
Okay.
So that's the thing of the game.
Okay.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
All right, this is your next word. You scream at the sight of my big black column. If you're lucky, I'll just tear your clothes off. I can come on you without much warning. When I blow you, it's easy to get carried away. If you try to take a picture of me when I'm coming, you're nuts. What am I?
This is not fair. You set me up.
It's a tornado.
She got me out here swimming in deep water right now. Champ, help!
It's hard. The next one's hard. I ain't gonna give it
You
nothing
probably
because I wouldn't
tricked
like
me
this.
with your little shuffle. I didn't even want you.
I'll do one more, and then you can tell everybody where they can find you.
All right.
You asked. No, you asked me.
I gotta ask.
Yeah.
When I work.
See, the issue is he's thinking dirty. That's what it is.
I don't want to play this game anymore. You take your little cards. This is a setup.
All right, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me in syndication, damn it. I act myself because that's where I'm at. At Darius McCrary. Take your little dirty brains.
What do you have going on? What's new coming up for you? All that good stuff.
I got life.
Amen.
Yeah, with this game. And I'll never forget my dad. He shared some cool things with me growing up. He told me one of the things he used to say was the only two types of people, there's good people and there's bad people. No race, no color, none of that stuff. He said, and that's how you got to think about it, when you're moving. And my thing is to bring good people together to create great things. And so I'm a curator, a manifester, a master manifester, because I did see myself as a young one working and doing, some of the projects. I knew I was supposed to do it, and I knew I was supposed to play Muhammad Ali. I'm like 5 shades darker. I knew. In fact, when I had the chance to play James Brown, I was like, I didn't think I could play James Brown, but Robbie Reed
definitely got him.
Thank you. Robbie Reed, the great Robbie Reed. I love you, Robbie. I'm gonna give you her flowers. She casted, all of Spike's big projects. Damn, I'm just thinking about her body of work. She cast Kingdom Come. Big movies, Best Man. All y'all running around the Best Man series. Robbie Reed was on the inside, put that together. Real Hollywood royalty. But anyway, she told me with James Brown, I was like, I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it. She was like, no, that's why I do what I do, and you do what you do. You're gonna do it, and you're gonna be brilliant. Now, go ahead and get your shit together. Come on down here.
Right.
It could work, basically, And I was like, yes, ma'am. And that's that's part of it. You have to trust the process.
Absolutely.
And trust those who are there to shepherd you into, your season. So it's like she did that, and I went down there and I did James Brown, and I was so into it that I made everybody like really talk to Mr. Brown. Like you could not talk to Darius. I was in it all the time. I had to embody it. I had to be a part of it. Because I met James Brown. He loved my daddy. He was I would play the piano.
How do you get out of the roles when you're in the roles that you play?
You just got to decompress. For me, for what I do personally through life, and you have to let go of what's no longer serving you.
Amen.
If it feels good to you and it helps you move, in a way that you need to move to get into your groove, then okay, that's something that we have to investigate,
Right.
But I don't know. I think like the older I get, like I find I don't need to have a bunch of alcohol or a bunch of anything, smoke, whatever it is, THC. I don't have to have anything to feel what I am.
Absolutely.
110%. And some people do it through different ways. Adrenaline,
Right.
It's just the adrenaline of getting out, driving a fast car on the track, knowing this car could get away from me and.
No, 110%.
I'm talking about speed. You couldn't even admit. If you was in the car, you'd be like,
What do I do?
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you can find him
Oh,
at
Darius McCrary. Yeah.
on all platforms.
All platforms. Friends on the Facebook, on the gram, I tweet. Yeah, Twitter's tough because that's porn central. I mean, I can't. It's too much. I have to stay off because I get in trouble.
Hit him up on the ground. That's what you're gonna do. Hit him up on the ground.
Woo, y'all deep on Twitter.
And that's it for Telli Talk.
Yeah, peace.